tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I got to tell you, it seems like with every passing day, the WNBA becomes more of a clown show. Seriously. They got handed a golden goose in Caitlin Clark that literally has been turned into a new CBA where they're all actually earning a little scratch. You got players out there running their mouths about fans over their money. You've got a front office in the Indiana Fever's front office that seems completely clueless right now. You're drafting in a player that just drowned the fan base of the most popular player in women's sports. Arguably the most popular player in sports right now. Any sport, in Caitlin Clark. I mean, she literally hosts NBA analysts and an extra million people tune in. That is movement. That is pull. That's fire. Indiana Fever don't seem to understand that. He drafted in a player that drowned an entire fan base that spends their hard-earned money on said team. By the way, I won't be spending any money on this team. I won't. Now, if somebody like Sophie Cunningham has something independent, or Caitlin Clark has something independent of the Indiana Fever for sale, and I like it, like a Wilson basketball, I'll buy it. But I'm not spending any money on the WNBA and the Indiana Fever this year. I'm not. You're not going to put a player on this team that is essentially a short Angel Reese that drowned the fans. You're going to put that player on your team and expect a lot of us to spend money on you. No. The league has learned nothing. I mean, look, you celebrate relationships in the league. Magazines writing articles about relationships in the league. You celebrate all this social agenda stuff. Then yesterday a reporter asked a question. The Wings cut off the reporter. And it's a viral video. I haven't seen so many people come together on one subject since Belichick was left out of the Hall of Fame. I mean, when I'm agreeing with Jamel Hill, hell has frozen over. Dallas Wings got destroyed by everybody. And now we've got members of the Indiana Fever front office, Lynn Dunn, who's drowning fans. Disney, places like Disney and ESPN, they have tanked their brands over the last 15 years doing exactly this. Oh, you put out a movie that's got all this agenda in it. We can't stand it. The fans let you know about it. What happens? The actors, actresses, directors, showrunners attack the fans. That's what you have going on right here with Lynn Dunn. I love this. The 4 types of complainers. And it's got all these corporate jargon, bullshit definitions that somebody snipped out of some article somewhere. And she posted this on her social media. It's a clear shot at the Indiana Fever fan base. Talks about the productive complainer, the venting complainer, the chronic complainer, the malicious complainer. This person needs to be removed. They complain about everything, gossip, and destroy team culture. Well, guess what? You guys were not ready for real sports fans. You weren't. I did a video last year. They asked old WNBA fans about the new fans that have come into the league, the actual sports fans. You had WNBA fans that literally said, we didn't want football fans in this league. Because it's got to be warm and fuzzy. And there's a certain way to criticize. I've literally had people in the last 2 weeks on my social media tell me I have to handle things differently because these are women. And I can't criticize them like they're men. Bullshit. Oh, no. That was the most ridiculous thing. I said, the moment you do that is the moment you flush your credibility down the toilet like a big fat turd. Charge it to the game. You have no credibility. This Fever team double middle fingered an entire fan base by drafting Raven Johnson. Plain and simple. Well, Rhodes, Raven Johnson, Caitlin Clark, they're working out their differences. We knew Caitlin Clark was going to play nice. She's the consummate professional, the pro of pros. She's going to work that out. Now, behind the scenes, they may be working on a plan to get her the hell out of town next 2 years. But we knew that was going to happen. That's not the point. People are upset because Raven Johnson should have never been on the Fever's draft board to begin with. And the organization didn't understand that. And on top of it, the organization went on a nonstop barrage for 72 hours afterwards trying to cram that broad down our throats. Oh my God, I'm going to trigger people because I used broad again. Yeah, you won't call me a racist? I ain't got no respect for you, so I don't care. I don't care. And then you got Lynn Dunn here drowning fans. And you know what? Fans noticed. You didn't miss. I know gaslighting when I see it. 4 types of complainers. Or just a front office that doesn't like accountability from the same fans driving the league. You're destroying Caitlin Clark. You let her get beat up, abused by refs. You want to destroy her fan base. You're not allowing her to play her game. Of course we're complaining. Absolutely. You and this organization is total garbage, and you're just a demented old fool that thinks owners still value you. And that's the thing. These people literally believe that there's got to be a certain way that fans show they're unhappy. Clearly, you have not followed other sports. You showed everybody yesterday. You show everybody with this. The WNBA is not ready to be considered a real professional league. You're not. If you're not ready for the same things that come with the MLB fandom and the NBA fandom and the NFL fandom and college football fandom, if you're not ready for that, then we don't want to hear your bitching when you're not treated that way. When you start saying we've got to be criticized a certain way, or you can't even ask certain questions, or if you do, we're going to attack the fans like Lynn Dunn's doing. Shut up. Go away. Can you do 4 types of incompetence for us while you're at it? And guys, I'm telling you, I got sent this by Evelyn DR right here. She sent me this on Monday before the draft. Raven Johnson signed a multi-year deal with Adidas. Right here. For them shoes. Yikes. Talk about clown show shoes. Anyway, for those shoes. There is not a world where you will convince me that Raven Johnson didn't already know she was going to get drafted by the Fever. This wasn't. They didn't look up and they were like, "Oh my God!" Like they're claiming, "Oh my God, Raven Johnson was available and we just couldn't pass up such a talent." Well, the team needs bigs. I mean, so badly, and you had bigs on the board. Somebody sent me a list of 4 bigs yesterday. I mean, I'd put every one of them on the team. Monsters. I mean, literally sent me 4 Camila Cardosos. Like, we're talking like 6'4" and up. Beast. Just in there clogging up the middle to take passes from Caitlin Clark and put it in a bucket. Catch, receive pass, shoot, drop in bucket. Nah. Let's bring in another guard. Another mother bleeping guard. Don't let them bullshit you, folks. Complainers exist because you people in the front office make it easy to create them with your ridiculous decisions. Look at it. Yeah, yeah, right there. Bunch of old biddies sitting around in their draft room. You know what, guys? The Indiana Fever got some people in there. They don't have a clue what they're doing. You guys heard me say this back in 2024. Get some true NBA coaches involved. You got the biggest talent in the history of women's basketball in there. Get some real NBA coaches involved. You're in Indiana, hire Larry Bird as a consultant. Seriously. I'd have hired him as Indiana Fever president, but okay. Somebody that could sit back and relate to what Caitlin Clark's going through and her game and how she should be used. Crazy. First step, attack fans. I've seen this so much over the last decade. Entertainment, ESPN, media. Let's attack the patrons. That's not real smart. That's not a great idea. Tell me what you think. I'm not spending a dime. Not a dime on the W, not a dime on the team. It is not going to happen. I'll buy their independent products. If there's a player I want to support, I hope the squad wins. I hope they do well. But no, you're not going to piss in the face of me, your personal funder. Nah, you're not going to do that to the customer. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.